Dave and Buster's, I've been there once, and it sucked when I realized that kids are allowed there. Like before the whatever cutoff time for kids, like they just walk around in there, and that's the whole thing. In the commercials, you see a bunch of fucking man children playing, whatever racing game. They're having a blast. They don't tell you that in real life there's a bunch of like 6-year-olds wandering around aimlessly next to you.
True. It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that was before COVID. I have no idea what their dealio is now, if they're even open.
I'm sure they are. I mean, that's like the unfortunate reality of all these chains and shit, that the people at the top are like, nah, fuck it, man. You guys will die for us.
Both the employee and the customer.
Yeah. Well, it's like that whole thing with Christopher Nolan and Tenet. That whole thing where he was, Christopher Nolan, the guy who did the Batman Dark Knight trilogy, whatever. His whole thing was like, this movie is so good, you gotta see it in theaters. It's like, no, it'll come out in theaters. I don't know what this whole COVID shit is, but like, honestly, you guys need to see this in a theater. It's like, you just live inside of your own ass to the point where you just have no idea that like people aren't gonna risk their lives for your fucking artistic vision. No one is going to put your shit higher than their safety or whatever. I mean, people did, but you know what I mean. Like, fuck you is my point.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the whole dealio with people who are super pumped to see the new Godzilla movie in theaters?
No, I didn't see anything about that.
Apparently, there's quite a few people who are actually very excited to see that movie in theaters, which is like a big question mark, because it's like you're going to go see a dinosaur punch a gorilla in the face. Maybe risk your life for that, okay?
Well, I mean, I kind of get it, or it's like, if you put the option out and let it be like, okay, well, you can watch this at home if you want to, on like they did with Wonder Woman on HBO and stuff. Or it's like, yeah, you can stay home and watch this, but if you want this full experience, you can go to the theater and you can risk your whole shit. But I mean, like, for people who already had it, or people who have the vaccine or whatever, it's like, I'll go to the theater and you don't have to,
Yeah.
But for the employees at the theater, I'm sure that sucks ass. It's a whole fucking story, but I still don't have my car title. And I sent out all the forms and all the paperwork and all the stuff to the Washington people, and it's a long story, but basically I have to start from square one again because of severe incompetence and boomer rules that are in place at this place. They have a policy where they will not open any links sent to them in emails, and as a result, the entire thing has been a exercise in futility. No, it's not. Arizona has nothing to do with it. Like, I just need the people in Washington, because I bought my car, I paid off my car while I lived in Seattle, and when that happened, the title was transferred from the loan people to me, and when that happened, it was given to me like under the state of Washington. And I don't remember ever having the title document, but if I ever did, I don't have it now. I have no idea where it is, and I lost it. So I needed to fill out a form that says, hey, I lost my title, and then you have to get a notarized signature, and you have to have all this other shit. And I tried on 3 different occasions to go to a notary in town, and on all of those occasions, they canceled on me and said, hey, COVID, whatever. So like, okay, cool, can't get a notarized thing. Found an app where it's basically an online notary service where someone video chats with you, and then you get a electronic document notarized through this app, right? And I did that. Everything was great. Printed out the document, which is fucking stupid that in 2021 I need to print out a document and send a check in the mail to these people to get a replacement title. But okay. And then I did that, and they were like, hey, like a week later they called me and they were like, hey, this is electronic, and so we need the original document as a PDF from the notary. And it's like, what? Like, if you think about it, the idea is probably you could have added things to this document after the signature was notarized, and we need to confirm that everything that's on here was on it when it was originally notarized, right? That flaw exists in actual notarized documents, completely outside of the fact it's electronic. I can go get a signature notarized today and add a bunch of shit on it, and you can't confirm that that was added before or after. Like, that's just true. So their whole like security policy there was whatever. And she made it very clear to me. She's like, And also, it has to be a PDF. Like, it can't be a link to anything. It has to be a PDF of the document from the notary themselves. And then I had the question in my head of like, how do you confirm it's the notary themselves? You're just expecting a PDF from some email saying it's this person, and it has to be the PDF that I mailed you? Like, who's going to confirm this? Anyway, in the app, there's a thing like share with whatever person. So they gave me an email address to send it to. So I shared the notarized document with the people. Got nothing back. Waited a day. Sent him an email. I was like, hey, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they didn't respond. No response to my email. This is like a business, by the way. Like, fuck it. Bill Pierre in Seattle, Washington. Bill Pierre Ford. Bunch of motherfuckers. So I was like, okay, well, they didn't respond and whatever. And so I called them. And then they scolded me for calling them 35 minutes before they closed. She's like, just for future reference, you should call in the morning for questions like this. It's like, okay, shut the fuck up. Like, do what I asked you to do. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But she came back 5 minutes
These
later.
These are your business hours, correct?
And then she got back to me not even 5 minutes later on the phone. So like, wasn't that big of a problem. And she was like, yeah, so we have this policy where we're not allowed to open links in emails. So like, we can't open that link you sent us, even though it's literally a link to the fucking PDF. And I'm just over here like, God damn it, I own this car. I was so fucking mad, dude. I haven't been that mad in so long. And I was just like, I this car in the garage, I own it. I have a license. I like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, why does the state of Washington, why does this fucker in the state of Washington have any control over what I'm doing right now? Anyway, it's a whole thing of like, everything sucks. I just want to drive my car. So anyway, they can't open links, so I have to go and do it all over again with someone else. So,
this may or may not help you in case, but like if you bank with Chase, if you ever go into your Chase, they'll notarize whatever for you, and I'm pretty sure they do it for free.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay. It's just so frustrating.
Yeah, no, that sounds terrible. I'm just saying, like, if you literally have to get a piece of paper signed and then send it to them via snail mail,
yeah,
your bank should be capable of that. You did that too?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I got the thing notarized and then printed out the PDF. So like, it wasn't in-person signature notarized, whatever. It was electronically notarized for this thing, and I printed out the PDF and mailed it to them. I had to find my checkbook, get fucking stamps, mail out an envelope like I'm a goddamn caveman, and then they get it and tell me to send them an email. It's like, motherfucker, I hate you. And then, again, back to my like security hole flaw. How are you going to confirm that this person is the one who notarized it? And then I thought, as a fuck you guys, I'm not going to do this. This would be illegal. But if I wanted to, I can just go register an email address that looks like this person, the notary's name, and say that I was the notary. Prove me wrong. You guys can't even open links. You guys don't know how to use the fucking internet. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. It's so stupid. I was so mad. So
is this the state of Washington, or is this like a company in Washington?
Well, so the state of Washington has the title like in their records or whatever, and there are different businesses that are authorized to provide these records from like representing the state or whatever. This is a car dealership, Bill Pierre, once again, Bill Pierre, that does this whole thing, and it's like a side service that they technically offer because they register the vehicles that they sell. Right, so it's like they also offer this as a service, but they offer it super half-assed, and people who do it are incompetent. So, anyway, that was that.
Would it not have been easier to just go through the state?
What do you mean?
Like, couldn't you have contacted like the motor vehicle department?
No, that's what this is. Like, the state operates through these. The state of Washington.
So you couldn't even here. You could have just asked the state and talked to like the ADOT, for example, to get your.
Yeah, there's different ways to do it. So there's title, like the state of Washington has it weird. There's different offices for people licensing and car licensing. Mm-hmm. So it's like a different thing. So it's the Department of Licensing, whatever. And they kind of operate through all of these different things. And one of the options that I saw today was directly through the King County website. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I just think it's absurd that they claim to offer this service and they don't actually. This other, thing, because like I said, technically they offer the service. They don't give a fuck about really doing it. They're selling Fords. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That really sucks.
Anyway, yeah, I was pissed. That's about it.
That sounds like it would put a real damper on your week.
Well, my week was pretty great. Like I had we'll talk about it later, but I had a pretty good week. It's just that today, like a bunch of stuff, like it just hit all at once. Like it was just like rough life wise, and then this whole thing, and then realizing that they're not going to help me. I have to start over from square one, and it's been weeks waiting for this to play out, and it's like, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That whole thing added on top of it. And I'm an idiot. I've been doing the intermittent fasting thing, so I only eat between 12 and 8, and I work out in the mornings, and that's fine, but I can't like replenish energy until noon, so that's kind of a fuck up on my part today. I also drank most of a pot of coffee before I had anything to eat, and then I was just like stomach grumbles all day, and then like super caffeine buzz, and then I got mad at the licensing place, and I just wanted to punch shit. You know what I mean? Like that weird like caffeine rage on top of anger.
I think for your next birthday, I'm gonna get you a punching bag.
Brother, I've wanted a punching bag. Like I've been investigating punching bags because.
Okay, well, don't buy yourself a punching bag. I claim that as a present for you.
Well,
so
just know they're very expensive. Like so if you wanted to get like the ceiling mounted one, you can get the hook on the ceiling, but I'm not sure where like the beams are. I have a stud finder. I guess I could, but like I don't fucking know. I don't want to do anything mounted from my ceiling because I don't want to bring my house down because I'm an idiot, So there's the other like standalone things where you basically just stand it up and it has the hook hanging from it. But that's like, stupid money, so I never bought one. But today I really wanted a punching bag.
Yeah, I'll get you a punching bag and hand tape.
Yeah, or just like gloves so I don't break my fists. But yeah.
Well, I think from what I understand, you use the tape so that you don't cut, like your skin doesn't break open when you punch stuff because you don't split your knuckles.
Got it.
The glove itself is just to make sure you don't break anything, but it should be full of like sand, so theoretically you won't break your knuckle. Yeah.
By the way, this is tea. I know I said I was drinking coffee. And it fucked me up. This is tea. I've learned my lesson. And it's chamomile. There's no caffeine.
It's what really cracks me up is my brother who did intermittent fasting. He started drinking coffee because of intermittent fasting. So
because it keeps him full.
No, so what he said was that if you drink iced black coffee, no cream, no sugar, nothing, just straight up black coffee, there's no calories to it, or there's like super minimal calories to it, and it jumpstarts your metabolism just from what caffeine does to you. Yeah. So he would wake up in the morning, drink a bit of that, like a cup of that, and then go work out and then eat later. Yeah. But he didn't like it at first, but now he can't start his day without drinking coffee. Now it's like, your addiction is formed. Yeah. I don't it's like a flex for me to be like, I don't drink caffeine anymore,
You don't drink any caffeine at all? Not even black tea?
No tea.
Interesting.
No coffee.
Yeah, I don't
even drink hot cocoa anymore.
What happened?
I don't know. I just felt like if you are if you're like reliant on something to get you awake, then that could be hiding problems. Like you might not be sleeping enough, or your sleep might not be good quality, or stuff like that. So I'd rather just not drink that and then feel it out. So like if I wake up in the morning, I'm not like, I'm tired. Let me get a little hit of that caffeine buzz. Yeah. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm tired. Like what went wrong yesterday?
It's like with any dependency on a substance, even if it's not an addiction, it highlights a weakness. I get what you're saying. But however, I'm weak, so it's hella coffee for me.
So you drink a pot of coffee in the morning? Hell yeah, brother.
But I drink the black coffee before whatever. I put cream and stuff every now and then, like after I can eat calories, so afternoon. But most of the time it's black coffee for me. When I'm doing stuff with milk, whatever, I'll make espresso because that's like I can't drink regular espresso. Like I've been drinking coffee black for years, but a regular straight espresso, like I can't do that shit. So I gotta put milk in that.
That's my only experience with coffee is an iced Americano. No cream, no sugar.
That's rough. Well, an Americano like is kind of fine because it's really just like black coffee because it's so watered down. It's just watered down espresso, but yeah.
Yeah, I picked that up from JC in college because that was a point in my life where I just needed the energy to not fall asleep in math class.
Yeah. I don't think I have a proper like physical dependency on caffeine because I've given it up for Lent and stuff a couple times, which is 40 days, none of that. And I'm fine. Like I don't get the headaches. I don't get like the caffeine withdrawals when I stop. And I drink a lot of fucking coffee, like too much fucking coffee to the point where like, I'm a very large person and like it still fucks me. Like, you know what I mean? Like the amount of coffee that I need to consume to feel it at all and then more to feel like I'm dying. I still hit that like twice a week. It's not good. It's not good for me.
Jesus. I'm surprised you don't get the withdrawals.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, I think more of it's just a ritual thing for me. It's like I just like making coffee in the morning and having coffee to drink throughout the day. And especially like you said, Race drinks it because of intermittent fasting. It's like water and black coffee combined just make you feel full. And so if you're not actually consuming any calories in that, you just trick your brain into thinking that there's something in your body.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have those problems. I eat quite regularly. I was actually eating in the opening part of this, so
I saw you. What was it? It was a bowl.
It was tomato soup and grilled cheese.
Classic.
Yeah, I got rained on my evening walk today, so I was trying to warm up.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy outside. It's been super cold. It's supposed to be colder tomorrow.
It's supposed to snow tonight or tomorrow. If it snows, I'm gonna go on a walk with my dog in the snow. I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, if it snows tomorrow, I'm not feeling too good. I gotta step out for.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, it was yesterday. It started hailing, and it hailed for like 20 minutes. And in my backyard, it had like that much hail in it.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, and I was like, oh boy, I'm not gonna really use my backyard for for a long amount of time once that dries out.
Growing up here, did you ever think that hail was snow?
No, I knew the difference.
I didn't. I was like, damn, this is not like the movies. This shit's hard and it's gross. It's all like sludgy and I don't know.
I think for me it was that when I was younger, my grandfather used to take us up to Mount Lemon when it snowed.
Oh,
so I knew what snow was like basically. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna put my Moana blanket on me a little bit here.
Wow, cool. Flexing the Moana.
Yeah, so my grandfather used to take us up there, and so I knew the difference between that. I don't like hail very much. I don't like the sound of hail or anything really about hail, but I do like snow.
Yeah. Yeah, I like what hail represents, which is cold weather. I don't like hail.
Yeah, well, it was raining really heavy, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of into this, because it was like Sunday, and I was like, yeah, like I'm just gonna nap on my couch and like just let the rain not like help me go to sleep or whatever. And my dog was just chilling next to me, and she took a nap too. And then it started hailing, which sounded like someone was throwing nickels at my windows, and I was like, no. So my dog got up and was like, what is this? What's going on? Why is there nickels everywhere?
Yeah, took a dark turn.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I was really hoping that it would just start snowing afterwards, so it'd be like, like we'd get all three of those things at once.
Yeah. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's supposed to be colder and it's supposed to rain. We were driving back from, we went to Phoenix/Scottsdale, so we were driving back from there when it was raining super crazy. So it was like 3 points where I was pretty sure we were going to die because it was just like pouring on us on I-10.
Yeah, I imagine. It was coming down heavy at my house, so I imagine it was awful on the highway.
Did you see that picture on Reddit the other day where it was like this was a picture outside of an AutoZone after the first rain in LA or whatever.
Oh, yes.
And it was just all the windshield wiper packaging. We went to AutoZone for the exact same thing for Synovia's car in Phoenix. And it was the same thing. They had 3 giant trash cans, all just full of wiper blade packaging. And it made me sad. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, what a waste. Like, you guys filled up a trash can with this shit. And it's like, where's this going? You know what I mean? Like, hippie shit. It's like all this plastic garbage.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, man. That's why I don't even use my wiper blades. I just use a hand towel. Just stick my hand out there and wipe it. I'm joking, obviously. I would die. I actually haven't had to replace my wiper blades, so I'm good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it doesn't ever rain here. Like even last summer or whatever, it didn't when it was supposed to.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, wow, this is a really mild winter. Like, what a baby boy winter. And then this week and like parts of a couple weeks ago, I was like, holy.
Yeah.
Like, in this morning when I went on my walk, even though I have like a little face covering thingy that I use, I could see my breath through the face covering. That's how like cold it was. I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
And my dog was like, new smells. I before we start this thing, I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
When you use the stud finder in your house, did you ever point at yourself and then look at Snowy and be like...
Of course, that's the first thing I did before I put batteries in that fucking thing.